Listen up. Last night, our mode of transportation, it was delayed. Me, myself, and I was supposed to leave like 5 minutes till 12 at 11:55. But they saying that's the boarding time. Supposed to leave later. We didn't leave until like almost 1 o'clock. So I got on the vehicle and whatnot, and the guy was talking about that they said lights off. He snitched. He said that somebody had their cell phone off talking. However, we are transferring. But I mean, we're traveling from one place to the next. I didn't pay my money to sit on the train and not have a conversation with a stranger that I can just potentially have a conversation and let the time go by on the transportation, because this is a long journey. However, he talked about that he's been on it since 10 in the morning. Yeah, I needed to make this video before I had forgotten. So he's talking about he's been on it since 10 in the morning. However, I like a statement me and my brothers used to say. We used to have a motto that if you're tired, be quiet and go to sleep. If you have not slept, you've been sitting on a mobile vehicle since 10 a.m. till 1 a.m. almost in the morning. If you haven't slept, then that's your own fault, I believe. That sounds like a personal problem and an excuse in itself, talking about he hasn't slept. Nah, he's just ain't no grumpy guy who wants to be a fun pooper. He wants to hinder other people from having fun. I don't know what it is. He want to make some extreme rules. I mean, it should be rules on transportation, like non-smoking if they have that. Not having your weapons out. Have them locked up somewhere in the carry on. It should be certain rules. Not being disrespectful and respecting other people's places on the transportation. But come on, no talking at all. He's talking about some lights out, and the lights wasn't even out on there. It's not a library. I don't get why you think that might be necessary. I had to take a break and show you some more soon. But however, I'm just ranting on about it. I just don't think that people don't understand. I'm not paying my monies and not being able to enjoy myself when I travel. And I had already almost asked them to put me off of it, because they talking about we having assigned seats. We are grown ass adults out here. What like having a assigned seat when I'm traveling? I didn't pay them to have no assigned seat. What if I don't really want to? What if I sit by somebody who doesn't want to talk, who wants to sleep the whole time? What if I sit somebody who they mind if I'm on my cell phone or not, if I'm Skyping YouTube or whatnot? What if I get on the train and it's just a person who just acting crazy, coming with nonsense? I just don't understand how you gonna tell me who I need to sit by on the transportation. I sit by who I want to sit by, or I sit by myself. It was plenty of seats that I could sit by myself. Like the dude, he was complaining about somebody's talking because obviously he didn't have no one to talk to. He was complaining. It was seats behind him, or plenty of seats behind us that I could have sat in, and he wouldn't have heard me. I was talking low like this right here. I was using my inside voice. Let me tell you another thing. When I was traveling to Sacramento from San Francisco, I got on the transportation, and this guy was like on the phone talking. But you know how some people talk. They want everybody to hear their conversation. I don't know what's up with that ego problem thing. I don't want everybody. Men don't want everybody to hear their conversation on the phone. Most men, they go out to a secluded private area to have their conversation, and men also they'll step in the bathroom or something and or the lobby and have their conversation. They don't have their conversation out loud where everyone can hear it and whatnot. So anyway, so I started staring at him, and then he got my drift, and he started, lowering his voice. And then when I stopped looking at him, he's gonna, he's gonna turn the volume up on his voice again. I'm trying to get some sleep. So, however, I go all the way to the back. I go all the way to the back of the transportation, and I said, all right, I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes. Now, look at the metaphysics of this. When I come up, when I switch and take it back to the seat that I was originally at across from him, where it wasn't a lot of people around, and I could see out of the front of the transportation, he was no longer on the phone after he had been carrying on like that for a whole half hour. But where I'm getting at is we have some very unpleasant energies. That's what it is. The energies don't want to be pleasant. They have some very unpleasant, unpeaceful, some very petty energies. And that's what I mean by the ego. Ego is about somebody saying, I don't give a you know what, and I can do you know what that I want to do. I don't give a you know what, and I can do the you know what I want to do. That's where ego come in. Unconsidered any other people involved, any other people that it might affect around them. That's what the ego is about. Ego is necessary. Ego motivates you a whole lot. It allows you to tackle tasks and to inspire. I had to think about it. To inspire to do greater and better things. Ego allows you to say and make up in your mind and either see things with inside yourself or things without yourself, and it allows you to go forth and so forth on and accomplish those things. Ego allows you to execute things. However, some of us use our ego to tear people, places, and things down. It's not necessary. In the little necessary things and the jumbo necessary things, we don't do. We don't. We don't involve ourselves
Young guy who had breakfast from the coach, can you come to the dining car
in the
and take
productive
your bill?
things that can further civilizations.
Young guy and breakfast.
We don't do that. Oh, the answer just came to me. Thank you, Most High energies, the feminine energy of the universe. Some of us want to be vindictive and somebody treated us a certain kind of way. So we want others to feel our experience in a negative way. However, it's some of us not like that. I've been through a whole lot of heap of things, and I might discuss it with somebody so they can know that I've been through something, and they can also most likely, like Murphy Law, things might go wrong. Something's gonna come up. As long as you live on this earth, there's gonna be some kind of problem. Something's gonna come up. Some kind of unfortunate event is gonna come up in your life. However, I tell people my things that I've been through, so they can understand that you can get through it. However, I don't want them to experience what I went through, because I know a lot of things that I've been through. The average person wouldn't be able to handle it. They wouldn't be able to cope with it. That'll turn them into a very grimy person. Unlike myself, but each and every one of us, we go through things that the Most High say, oh, we should be able to go through. It'll help us to grow and be stronger. So I'm finito. I'm finito with that. I think that was well said. And I'm gonna let it be with that. Just, if you having a bad day, Like most people do. Grocers have a bad day. The mail people have a bad day. The flight attendant has a bad day. The chef has a bad day. The busboy has a bad day. The parking lot attendant has a bad day. The billionaire has a bad day. The poor person has a bad day. The mother has a bad day. However, don't let your ego get the best of you. Don't let your ego get the best of other people. Trying to destroy stuff. Trying to destroy people. Trying to wipe out nations. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like wiping out good water. No? I don't think that's of the Most High. Still to this day have a lot of mercury in the sea. The fish is being tainted and diluted. A lot of the earth that shouldn't is decaying. We got global warming in certain places that we shouldn't, and we don't have it in places that we should. Glaciers falling off. You know, earthquakes happening, tsunamis, volcanoes erupting. But I guess Mother Nature knows her place. That's right. I'm gonna try to make this a little lengthier video because I just felt some type of way about that. About somebody trying to complain. I don't know why other people won't, because they having a bad experience, want another person to feel uncomfortable. Just doesn't have to be that way, does it? Yeah, it really can be a utopia world. One of our worlds. I said this before, I say it again. We live in multiple worlds at one time. A lot of people say it's just spiritual worlds that we battling, or the other spirits are battling. We and other spirits can be battling, you know, along with the aliens and a certain demonic things. Not that the aliens are demonic, but that we are not battling against flesh and blood, but something about principalities and things in higher places. However, a lot of this is just on the main mundane level. It's dealing with human entities that walk this earth, that walk Gaia. It's really messing up this earth. Have bad plans for people, especially for free spirits, for people who try to get outside of the edge of the matrix. You know, because a lot of the matrix is our head, is our mental state, and a lot of the devil, it's just mind control. The devil. So as myself, speaking for myself, I understand that on the scale starting at 0, going left and right. Left is negative 1 to 100. If you want to just stop it at 100, and to the right, positive 1 to 100. Got distracted. People talking behind. Yeah, I try to keep it above a positive 75, right? Because you want to get closer to 100. So I like to tilt the scales that way. Yes sir, yes ma'am. I like to balance it out that way. Later.